listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
Thank you for listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. The time is 45 minutes after the hour. And we're back. I'm so just blown away that we have so little time left. I'm having such a great time. And we do have a question in chat that I want to make sure that we get to because it's a good question and I share it. But Joe says, why do you think the spirits were attached to the house? And he says he's never asked that. And he gets to talk to you all the time.
Honestly, I don't know. Initially, when I didn't know much about spirits, I assumed that they were the ghosts of people who lived there. But then I found a Ouija board early on when we moved in. I think I mentioned it in the book. I found it in a closet, and I broke it up and threw it away. And I remember that the Ouija board was worn out. So it was like, did they conjure something up? Or was there, were there some spirits and something conjured? And a medium from Miami who happened to live in the area, move away, she said to me that she believed that they were the original landowners of that area. So, what do you believe? 1, 2, or 3, and all the above?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Original landowners like back to Native Americans?
No, she thought that it was like a family that bought the farm.
Ah, yeah.
And the farmland sat there, and they parceled it out. And maybe they weren't too happy with where they parceled it. I don't know.
Could be. Maybe they thought it should be a farm that stayed in the family the whole time.
Yeah, I do know that if you were to ask a spirit, they're going to lie.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get the right answer anyway.
Is that a universal thing, do you think? Or is that just if it's demonic or a negative spirit? Do you think that all spirits will lie?
For the most part, I'd say yeah.
Really?
I think a lot of them want to communicate. And if you say, hey, is this little Bobby? They're going to say yeah, because they want to continue to communicate.
So you'll keep talking to them.
Yeah, and if you say no, if they say no, then maybe you'll go about your business somewhere else, another part of the building or whatever. But yeah, I'd never believe a spirit at all, especially if it's something malevolent.
Yes.
They're going to lie through their teeth. You can't trust them at all.
Well, if they're malevolent, that's in their job description. I mean, kill, seek, and destroy. Lying probably has a hand in that.
Yeah, that's true. I just stay away from that aspect. And early on, I think it was one of the women in chat said that the shrine temple was supposedly, really haunted. I didn't find it that way. So what they do is they market a ghost tour in the basement. They want to market the basement for whatever. I think because they think that's the most scary or whatever. I found the spirit to be on the first floor.
Right.
Right near the business office.
Is that where you were, that you were talking about that when you went up? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why people always think that the basements are the worst, but I guess, it's dark. Usually they're, if they're in big structures, they're often dank. And there's things that bang around and stuff, pipes clank and stuff like that. So maybe a better chance to actually at least feel like you're being around something. And power of suggestion.
Well, I've enjoyed myself.
I've enjoyed you too. But, we still have 10 minutes. Do you want to
Oh.
share something nifty, Keno? Nothing like being put on the spot, right?
Yeah, I'll share something with you. The script writer that came to my house specializes in these types of stories where there's an unknown factor. And he grilled the hell out of me to make sure that I was telling the truth.
Really?
Yeah, and when he got back to Hollywood, the president of the company called me and she said, Ed, she said, all I know is Rich told me I'm a believer. She said, that's all he said was I'm a believer.
Wow. That's a compliment.
Yeah. I try not to, I'm not real public about this. So, I can speak openly with people of my genre, but I don't talk about it. If I was at lunch with a bunch of people, they start talking about ghosts, I'm not in it. I'm not going to make a comment at all.
Right. Well, do you go out to lunch with a lot of people that don't know your history?
Yeah. No, I get a lot of people that do know my history.
Right.
So I've got people that when I put the book out, I got people that I've known 40 years that said, holy crap, you never told us this.
Wow.
No, I didn't. It's not something I wanted to talk openly about.
Well, you struggled with it so much.
Yeah, there's a residual feeling that you're left with that you just can't shake. So I know I've met a number of people in the paranormal that I believe their stories.
Yeah.
Because I could tell by their emotion, by the way they present their story, by the little bit of wavering maybe in their voice at times, that they're telling the truth.
Yeah, I've never had an experience that I thought was funny, and I've had things that were pretty scary happen, but you just go on. Do you ever find yourself fearful that it's going to happen again?
I wouldn't say fearful, but yeah, I do think about it now and then, whether it can happen again. In fact, Marcia and I recently went through a real bad patch, both health-wise and otherwise. And a number of people contacted me and said, is it the book getting even with me? Is the Spirits of Campbell Street? I'd like to think not,
At this point, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, there's just things that happen. I'm an old geezer. Okay, I fell down. Hey, I can't get up. You have these things that happen in your life, and I can't attribute. I have a hard time attributing it to anything.
Well,
but a lot of people think that the Spirit of Campbell Street is still in effect, and I just know it's not in my home.
Yes,
that's for sure.
Well, I don't know. I mean, accidents do happen. I don't really believe in coincidence so much, but accidents happen. And I would not think that this was something relevant to that either. Because, I mean, that was such a bad injury that I think it was just a fall. I don't feel like there was anything malevolent involved in that.
No, I had a whole trip I went on. First, I had a growth on my right knee, and I had a knee operation. And then shortly after I recovered from that, I had a patch of skin cancer on my left arm, so they had to cut that out. And then no sooner than I recovered from that, I had a series of blood clots. and that put me down for almost a year. And so it was one thing after the other. And during that time, too, I also had my pacemaker go off a couple times. So I had one was ventricular tachycardia, and which that's a strange thing because of the medications I'm on. So, but I haven't had an event on my heart for over 3 years now. My heart's running like a smooth engine.
Well, I'm pleased with that. I imagine you are too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But,
and so is my cardiologist.
And so is Marcia, and so are your kids. I mean, it's such a good thing. Medicine is really pretty astounding. The world of medicine, not like dosages medicine. But,
I don't have faith in a lot of doctors. The way it's handled today, I don't like it at all because my primary doctor is nothing more than a traffic cop. If I go to his office and I say, "Hey, my what's-it broke," you say, "Okay, let's send you to the what's-it doctor."
Oh, yeah.
And
those make me crazy.
And all I wound up doing now, like I got a vascular doctor, I got an orthopedic doctor, I got a dermatologist, I got all these doctors, and it seems like my doctor can't do crap.
Except send you to the other one.
Other than they all want to write your prescriptions.
Yeah.
And I put the limit on them recently because I told them I'm not taking anymore. I'm done. And don't give me any more prescriptions. Because I don't want to be morbid or anything, but at 73 years old, how long do you think I'm going to live? That I have to worry about the effects of some of these things in my life. I'm not going to have to worry about them, actually. And I'm more of a realist. And, I don't want all these chemicals in my body.
Well, I don't either. I actually admire you putting the kibbutz on that. I don't think that there's any reason to keep adding things, personally. But we have got 2 minutes. I can't believe we have 2 minutes.
Well,
but
everybody can visit me at www.edwinbecker.com or www.truehaunting.com. And if you write me or find me on Facebook, I'll answer anything you want.
And that's the truth. Absolute truth. So, is there anything that you think you would like to leave the listener with tonight?
I'm sorry, to leave what?
To leave our listeners with. Any word of advice? Any?
Definitely. Respect the paranormal. Respect. Whatever's out there, they're not there to be toyed with. And I would respect them very much.
I would agree with that. Thank you so much. I am so excited to get to speak with you again. I'm your friend. I follow you. I love your work. I love that y'all came through that experience and others. I just think that you are just one of my favorite authors for sure, and one of my favorite people who has shared this kind of experience because of how you did it. You were hard-headed and going to fix it, and then admitted that there was an issue. Basically excommunicated from your parish over this.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you came through it. Y'all came through it, and you built such a wonderful life. And I just think that's awesome, and I appreciate very much you being here, and I'm looking